Okay guys, welcome to our live stream lesson revision live stream for our Cambridge IGCSE mathematics. Okay, so I am not doing additional mathematics today. Instead, I'll be doing mathematics lessons. And again, as always, I'll be doing more on past year questions. But basically, I'll be focusing on our past year questions about algebra. Okay, so these are all questions on algebra. So if you are studying mathematics IGCSE in Cambridge, you can relate to all these questions. So please, those who are studying mathematics, share this live stream with your friends so that they could also learn our topics. Okay? So we will start in a short while. Just please be patient. Share it first with your friends so that they will also have they can also revise their mathematics lesson. Okay, so Adam, Gabriel, please share this to all of your classmates so that they can also be updated with our revision. Okay, so I'll be revising more on mathematics this time rather than additional mathematics. Additional mathematics, I'll be doing it every weekend. Okay, so this Saturday and Sunday, you expect a revision on additional mathematics. This time, I'll be doing revision on mathematics. Okay, but as I've told you a while ago, I will be focusing more on algebra lessons in mathematics, since I notice some of you have weaknesses on solving algebraic problems. Okay, so we'll focus on to this one, and then gradually we will change our topics every time. Okay, so I'll be focusing on just one topic in every live stream. Okay, and then you can go back to all the live stream that we have and watch it again if you want to revise your past year papers or past year questions in mathematics and additional mathematics. Okay. Again, please share this to your friends so that we have more views, or we have more students who can view this live revision if they want to revise. And please don't forget to like the live stream, please. Okay, I'll be starting the first question in 1 minute. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Okay, the first question says factorize completely p squared x minus 4q squared x. Okay, so this is the first question that we have. Okay, you will notice that this is a binomial. Okay, when we say binomial, there are two terms that is present here. I have p squared x, that is the first term, and the second term is 4 or negative 4q squared x. There are two terms over here. Now, what should I do with this? Okay, so what should I do with this? I need to, okay, factorize out the common monomial factor. So I repeat, and I'll write the word here, common monomial factor. Okay, common monomial factor. Okay, when we say common monomial factor, wow, Herman, congratulations for answering it correctly. Okay, but we will be discussing. Okay, so common monomial factor, you need to do it. I have to factorize out the common monomial factor, which is x. Okay, I'll factorize out the x. Okay, and then put in bracket, I'll be left with p squared minus 4q squared. Okay, so I have x multiplied by p squared minus 4q squared. Okay, Herman Lee, shout out, Herman. Okay, thank you for dropping by. Okay, so I have now x times p squared minus 4q squared. And remember, okay, it's not only common monomial factoring that we have learned. We also have learned about a squared minus b squared, okay, is equivalent to a plus b times a minus b. Okay, so what is this? This is difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. Okay, two squares. Okay, so if I have p squared minus 4q squared, I can factorize also this one. So I'll be having x, okay, using this principle, a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. What is a? A is the square root of a squared. So what is the square root of p? It is p squared, it is p. Okay, I'll put two brackets, I'll put that p over there. That will be considered my a. Okay, next, what is the square root of 4q squared? The square root of 4q squared is 2q. 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 Okay, I'll have now 2q and 2q. Next, you will notice here that it says a plus b and a minus b. So one is plus and the other one is minus. It will become plus and minus. So our answer here is x times the quantity of p plus 2q, okay, and p minus 2q. Okay, so that's the final answer. Okay, so Herman, kindly check your answer. Okay, there. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Just go back to the video later on if you want to revise. Okay, next. Okay, so almost the same structure. You will see it is factorized completely m to the power of 4n, or m to the power of 4 times n minus 16n to the power of 5. Okay, so you will notice here that I have a common monomial factor. So common monomial factor is n. I'll bring out that n. Okay, I'll put a bracket. I'll have now m to the power of 4 minus 16n to the power of 4. You will see why is it 16n to the power of 4? You will notice that n, okay, this n times n to the power of 4 is n to the power of 5. Okay, so that's basically the concept. Okay, now, is 4m to the power of 4 minus 16n to the power of 4 difference of two squares? Okay, they are difference of two squares. M to the power of 4 is a perfect square number. 16n to the power of 4 is also a perfect square number. Okay, therefore, what do I need to do is to apply again a squared, sorry, I'll just erase that. Okay, one more. Okay, I'll apply again a squared minus b squared is equal to, okay, a plus b times a minus b. Okay, I will just basically apply this one. Okay, but this one, m to the power of 4 minus 16n to the power of 4, okay, is not square. Okay, it is raised to the power of 4. Okay, but is this still applicable? Yes, it is still applicable. So what you need to do is square root m to the power of 4. So square root of m to the power of 4 is equivalent to, so this is 2, right? M to the power of 4 divided by 2. What is 4 divided by 2? It is 2. So it will become m to the power of 2. So the square root of m to the power of 4 is m squared. I'll put n, I'll put two brackets. I will put m squared and m squared. Okay, next, what is the square root of 16? The square root of 16 is 4. I'll put 4, I'll put 4. What is the square root of n squared? Square root of n squared. It is, or n to the power of 4. Sorry. Okay, n to the square root of n to the power of 4, the same thing as this one. N to the power of 4 divided by 2. Okay, which is equivalent now to n divided n to the power of 2, which is 4 divided by 2. Okay, so it will now become n to the power of 2 and n to the power of 2 here. Okay, and another one, you'll have plus and minus. Okay, so I have this. Now, take a look at this one. M squared minus 4n squared. Is it still a difference of two squares? Yes, it is still difference of two squares. That's why I need to factorize still, because you see it says factorize completely. Okay, so you have to factorize it completely. If you still have this one, then you might be losing 1 mark. That's why you have to factorize it completely. It should be n bracket m squared plus 4n squared times m. Okay, then I'll also have another m here, plus, then minus, then 2n. Okay, so this is our final answer. You'll get 2 marks. Okay, so if you haven't factorized it completely and you'll end up with this answer, you might be losing 1 mark. Okay, there. Now, Mr. Mars, you might be asking me, can I factorize m squared plus 4n squared? Okay, that is not factorable anymore unless this will become minus, but this is plus. Okay. So this is our final answer to get 2 marks. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. Make D the subject of the formula. In the formula, C is equal to 5D plus 4W divided by 2W. Okay. How do I make D the subject of the formula. I need to remove first 2w from the right side of the equation. So if I want to remove 2w on the right side of the equation, I have to multiply 2w to both sides. So it will now become 2w times the c on the left side. Okay. If I will multiply this by 2w, okay, I will cancel this out. So I'll have now 5d plus 4w on the right side. Okay, so it's 2w times c is equal to 5d plus 4w. And then I need to bring 4w to the left side. So what will I do? I need to subtract both sides by 4w. Also here 4w. Okay, so it will now become 2wc minus 4w is equal now to 5d. Okay, are we able to make d the subject of the formula already? Not yet, because we still have that 5 over there. So what do I need to do to remove that 5? I'll divide both sides by 5. So I'll have now to cancel this out. So d is equivalent now to 2wc minus 4w divided by 5. Okay? If you want a simpler answer, you can factorize out the 2w. Okay? Then I will be left with c minus 2 divided by 5. So this is our final answer. Okay? Next, let's move on to another question. So guys, you can go back to the answers that I've written here by watching again this video afterwards. Okay? Let's move on to the next question. Write down the value of x to the power of negative 1, x to the power of 0, x to the power of 1/2, and x to the power of 2 when x is equal to 1 over 4. So you will notice that it's here, okay, x is equivalent to 1 over 4. So I'll just basically change all the x values, okay, and make it 1 over 4. Okay, so what is that? I'll be having now number 1. First is x to the power of negative 1. I'll have 1 over 4 to the power of negative 1. Okay, let's recall some rules for this. Remember, if your index is a negative, okay, if your index is a negative, you will end up making the fraction the reciprocal. Okay, when you say reciprocal, I will just basically make the numerator become the denominator and the denominator becomes the numerator. Okay, so it will become 4. So the value is 4. Next, I'll have 1 over 4 to the power of 0. Remember, a to the power of 0 is always equivalent to 1. So any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So this is also equivalent to 1. So x to the power of 0 is 1. Next, I'll have x to the power of 1/2. Okay, x to the power of 1/2 or 1 over 4 to the power of 1/2. Okay, remember, we have a rule that says a to the power of 1 over n is equivalent to n root of the a. So it means this is square root of 1 over 4. And square root of 1 over 4 is equivalent to 1 over 2. Because square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2. That's why this is 1 over 2. Okay, next I'll have 1 over 4 to the power of 2. 1 over 4 to the power of 2, 1 squared is 1, 4 squared is 16. So it will become 1 over 16. Okay, next, write y to the power of negative 1, y to the power of 0, y squared, and y cubed in increasing order of size when y is equal to negative 1. Take note of this. Y should be less than negative 1. Okay, I repeat, y should be less than negative 1. What are the numbers that is less than negative 1? Numbers that are less than negative 1 are negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and so on. Okay, so I'll start with negative 2. Okay, I'll be changing all the y's with negative 2. Okay, if I change it with negative 2 to the power of negative 1 is equivalent to negative 1/2. Next, negative 2 to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Negative 2 to the power of 2 is equal to positive 4. And negative 2 to the power of 3 is equivalent to negative 8. Okay, take note of these numbers. Okay, I'll encircle them. Okay, which is the smallest? The smallest value is negative 8. So it means y cubed is the smallest. Okay, next. Following negative 8 is negative 1 over 2. Okay, means y to the power of negative 1 is the second smallest. And then followed by y to the power of 0 and y to the power of 2. Okay, comparing all these four numbers. I'll highlight those numbers again. Okay, comparing this, and this. Okay, remember this is y to the power of negative 1. This one is y to the power of 0. This one is y to the power of 2. This one is y to the power of 3. Okay, will I get the same result or will I get the same order if I change the y to negative 3? Of course, yes. Try it at home. Okay, while you are in vacation, you can also try it. Okay. So you will see that I have all these things. Okay, so the smallest value is y to the power of 3, followed by y to the power of negative 1, then followed by y to the power of 0, and followed by y to the power of 2. Okay? Now, your question might be, is there a difference between negative 2 to the power of 2 and negative 2 to the power of 2? Okay? There is a difference between this first one and the second one. Okay? Negative 2 to the power of 2 is equivalent to positive 4. While negative without a bracket, you square it, it is equivalent to negative 4. This one, the first is positive, the second one is negative. Okay, that's why this part, negative 2 squared, becomes a positive 4. Okay, because you square even the negative sign. Here, negative 2, okay, negative 2 to the power of 2, you don't square the negative sign. What you are squaring is only the positive, the value of the 2 or the number. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, simplify x squared plus 3x minus 10 over x squared minus 25. I have to simplify this. If I want to simplify a what is this? A fractional expression. When you say fractional expression, rational expression. Okay. If I want to simplify a rational expression and I can factorize the numerator and I can factorize the denominator, if they have a common factor, then I can just simply remove the common factors. Okay. So I will try to factorize the numerator first, and then I will try to factorize the denominator. Okay. If I can see there is a common factor between the numerator and the denominator, I can just remove that out. Okay, so this one I can factorize. This will become x. Okay, what are the factors of 10? I can have 1 times 10. I can have 5 times 2. Okay, and if I subtract 10 minus 1, 10 minus 1 is 9. This is not 9. So I cannot use 10 times 1. I will be using 5 and 2. Okay, 5 and 2. Okay, which is positive and which is negative? I need to put positive on 5 and negative on 2. Why? 5 minus 2 is positive 3. So you will see there it's positive 3. Okay? Okay? Go there. Now, I will now factorize the denominator. Okay? Let's try to factorize the denominator. Again, x squared minus 25. What do you call this? This is difference of two squares again. So if I have difference of two squares, I'll be applying a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. Okay? I keep on repeating the rule so that you don't, you have to remember this. Okay? If you don't remember this, then basically you won't, okay, you won't able to answer questions like this. Okay? So since this is a difference of two perfect squares, I have to square root the x squared. What is the square root of x squared? It is x. I'll put x and x. Okay. What is the square root of 25? It is 5. I'll put 5 and 5. Then again, it's plus and minus. Plus and minus. Okay. You will notice that I have x power x plus 5 on top and x plus 5 below. X plus 5 on the numerator and x plus 5 in the denominator or on the denominator. Okay? As I've told you a while ago, I can just basically remove those common factor. Okay? So my answer here is x minus 2 divided by x minus 5. I'll have x minus 2 divided by x minus 5. Okay? Can I factorize further? Okay. Common mistake. Okay, I'll just discuss some common mistakes. Mr. Mars, can I cancel out x and x? No. Why? Because there is still an operation x minus 2, okay, is one quantity and x minus 5 is also another quantity. Okay? So I can only write the answer like this. Okay? Next. Mr. Romel is there. He's showing himself. Huh?
Who's watching now?
I don't know. I think Herman. Mr. Romel is asking who's watching now. Herman, Adam, Gabriel, and Jimmy. You want to say something?
Hi.
Yeah, there. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay. The cost to hire a tent consists of two parts. Okay. So we are hiring a tent. Okay. Next. C. This is C dollars. It's a constant number. Okay. It's a constant value. And then I have D per day. Okay. If you are hiring a tent, or let's not talk about tent. Let's say you are hiring a car. Okay. An agent will tell you, if you hire this car, okay, you have to give me 500. It's a fixed value. Okay. You have to give me 500 ringgit. Okay. And then the rate per day of the car is 20 ringgit. Okay. So 500 is a fixed one you have to give. And then they will count how many days you are going to rent the car. Okay, you multiply it by 20. It's the same thing with this. Okay, the C is a fixed value. D depends on how many days you are going to rent the tent. Okay, so it means if I am going to write an equation with this sentence, the total cost for 4 days is 27.10. So I have 4 days. 4 days, okay, plus the constant value is equal to 27.10. Okay, then I have 7 days, okay, plus the constant value is equal to 34.30. So these are the two equations that we have. Okay, hello Ivan, thank you for coming. Okay, Ivan, share this with your classmates. Okay, what do I need to do with this? Oh my goodness. Okay, it's not writing. What happened? Oh, I've lost the battery of my pen. Okay, guys, I have a problem here now. I cannot write. Okay, here I will be subtracting. Okay, so sorry, I am going to write it with my bare hands. Oh, there, it's not working. Okay, so if I will subtract, I will cancel out C. 4D minus 7D is negative 3D. Okay, 27 minus 34.30. I want to use my calculator, I just want to make sure. Okay, so 27 minus 34.30. So basically this will become a negative value. Okay, 37.30, 27.10. So 20. This will be 14, so 7. So it's 7.20. Okay. If I will divide that b with negative 3, okay, negative 7.20, okay, 7.20 divided by 3, okay, I will have 2.4, okay, or 2.40. Okay, so that is now the value per day, which is D. Okay, if you want to find out the C, okay, if you want to find out the value of the C, I will just basically change the D in any of the two equations that I've written here. Okay, so I will just change that D. 4 times 2.40 plus C is equal to 27.10. Okay, 4 times 240, I'll have 240 times 4, I'll have 16, so 0, 6, okay. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9.60. So it will be 9.60 plus C is equal to 27.10. Okay, C now is equal to 27.10 minus, I'll just use my calculator, make it quicker. 27.10 minus 9.6. Okay, I'll have now 17.5. Okay, so the fixed value is 17.5. Okay, which is 17.50. So 17.50 is the answer for C, and D is 2.40. Okay, there. I'm just going to double check. 34.30, yeah, 720, 2.44, Okay, I think I've done it correctly. Okay, so that's how we solve questions like this. Okay, let's move to the next question. Solve the simultaneous equation. Okay, you will see that I have this and this. Both are not the same. So you have to find out ways that you can make at least the x the same with the x. Okay? I want to multiply the first equation by I want to multiply the first equation by 4. Okay? Why do I need to multiply it by 4? So that I can make the x's at least the same. 4 times 1 half is 2. Okay? So it will become 4 times 1 half x is 2x. 4 times 2y. Okay, so common mistake, when I say multiply, I have to multiply everything. So this is one of the common mistakes of the students. Okay, you multiply everything. Okay, 4 times 1 half x is 2x. 4 times 2y is 8y. 4 times 16 is 64. Okay, then I'll put in 2x plus 0.5y, okay, is equal now to 19. Okay, what do I need to do? I will just basically subtract. Okay, 2x and 2x will be out. Okay, I will be left with 7.5y is equal now to 64 minus 19, 9, 4, 5. I will be left with 5. So it will be we will have 45. Y now is equivalent to 45 divided by 7.5. 45 divided by 7.5 is equivalent to 6. So y is equivalent now to 6. Okay? So since y is equivalent to 6, I can just basically change, okay, any of these two equations. I will have 2x plus 1 half times 6. I'm using the second equation. Okay? Is equal now to 9. Okay? 6 times 1 half is 3 plus 2x. 2x plus 3 is equal to 9. Okay, and 9 minus 3 is equal to 6. So 2x is equal now to 6. X is equal now to 3. Okay, so y is equal to 6. X is equal to 3. So y is equal to 6. X is equal to 3. Okay, those who are watching us, please don't forget to like the video. Okay. Next, we'll go to the next question. Solve the equation x minus 2 over 4 is equal to 2x plus 5 over 3. Okay? If I am solving equations with two fractions on both sides, okay, one fraction on the left side and one fraction on the right side. Okay. If they are both single fraction and single fraction, I can cross multiply. Okay, I'll multiply x minus 2 and 3 and then put an equal sign. I will multiply 4 and 2x plus 5. So that's basically what I need to do. Or what you can do is multiply the whole equation. Okay, so I'll do the method 1 first before doing the method 2. I'll give you two methods in this kind of question. Method 1 is I cross multiply. So it will now become 3x minus 6. Don't forget to distribute this. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 4 times 2x, okay, is equivalent to 8x. 4 times 5 is equivalent to 20. Okay, I have 3x minus 6 is equal to 8x plus 20. Okay? Now, I'll combine similar terms. Combining similar terms on the left, I'll have 3x minus 8x is equivalent now to 20 plus 6. Don't forget the symbols. Okay? The common mistake of the students here is your symbols, your positive and negative. Okay? 3x minus 8x is negative 5x. 20 plus 6 is 26. Okay? If you divide negative 5x is equal to 26, or negative 5x to 5, negative 5 and 26 to negative 5, x is equivalent to negative 26 over 5. Okay? Or it can also be negative 5 and 1 over 5. Okay? So let's move on to method number 2. Okay. How is method number 2? What is the least common denominator of 4 and 3? The least common denominator of 4 and 3 is 12. Okay. I will multiply the whole equation by 12. Okay. That is method number 2. Let's erase this part. Okay. If I want to multiply the whole equation by 12, can I remove 4 and 3? Yes, I can basically remove 4 and 3. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times x minus 2 is, so it's almost the same as this. Okay, 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times x minus 2 is 3 times x minus 2. 12 divided by 4, 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, 4 times 2x plus 5. Okay, so it's almost the same, right? So the second method is multiply, okay, the equation with the least common denominator of the numbers in the denominator. Okay, that's the method number 2. Okay, which is the same as this. You will come up with the same answer. So I'll have 3x minus 6 is equal to 8x plus 20. 3x minus 8x is equal to 20 plus 6. Negative 5x is equal to 26. You will come up with negative 26 over 5, or negative 1 and negative 5 and 1 over 5. Okay? There. Those are two methods. You can cross multiply, or you can find the least common denominator of the denominators, which are 4 and 3. Okay, let's move on to the next. Solve the simultaneous equation. I have here 2x plus y over 2 is equal to 7, and 2x minus y is equal to 17. I want to make these two things, or two equations, a simpler equation by multiplying, okay, the numbers I have at the denominator. I want to remove that denominator 2. So it will become 2x plus y is equal to 14. And I have 2x minus y is equal to 34. Why 14 and 34? Because 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 17 is 34. Then I'll solve simultaneously. Okay? I can choose between a plus or minus. If I will put plus here, I can remove y. Okay? Now, what if I do minus? Okay? If I put a minus or subtraction, then I can remove 2x. Okay? Y minus negative y is positive 2y. Y minus negative y is equal to y plus y. Why it became plus suddenly? Because negative times negative is positive, which will make us, or which will give us an answer of 2 y. Okay, equals now to 14 minus 34 is negative 20. So y now is equivalent to negative 10. Y is negative 10. Okay, if y is equal to negative 10, then 2x minus 10, I change this part. Okay, the first equation, I'm using this. I change the y to negative 10 is equal to 14. 2x now is equivalent to 14 plus 10, which is 24. X now is equivalent to 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay, so the value of the x is 12. Okay, next question. Solve the following equations. I have 5 over w is equal to 3 over w plus 1. How to solve again? I have a single fraction on the left and single fraction on the right. I will just basically cross multiply. There are two methods, but in here, the second method is not applicable. Okay, so I'll have 5 bracket w plus 1 is equal to 3w. I multiply 5 and w plus 1. Common mistake, you do not put a bracket. Please put bracket because you are basically multiplying a number with a quantity w plus 1. Okay? I am not multiplying only 5 and w. I am multiplying 5 and the quantity of w plus 1. So it means I have to distribute 5 to w and 5 to 1. Okay? 5 times w is 5w. 5 times 1 is 5. So I have 5w plus 5 is equal to 3w. And I have 5w minus 3w is equal now to negative 5. 2w is equal now to negative 5. Thus, my answer is negative 5 over 2 or negative 2 and 1 over 2. Okay? Next, how do I solve this? Number 2. I have y plus 1 squared is equal to 4. If I have y plus 1 squared is equal to 4, I need to remove first that square. What is this opposite of square? I'll have square root. But remember, if you are doing square root, I have to put two values here. I need to have a positive and negative. Okay? So it means this will become y plus 1 is equivalent to positive, negative, square root of 4. Okay? Why is it positive and negative? You might be asking me again. Okay, why? You see, what is 2 squared? It is 4, correct? Okay, now I'll make the 2 negative. Negative 2 squared. What is the value of negative 2 squared? It's still 4. You see, they have the same answer. Okay? Means the square root of 4 can be a positive and negative value. Okay, it can be a positive 2 and negative 2. So it means I have y plus 1 is equal to negative and positive 2. So that comes your first solution. First solution is y plus 1 is equal to 2. The second solution is, okay, the second solution is y plus 1 is equal to negative 2. Y now here, y is equal to 1. Okay, so that's the first. And the second is negative 2 minus 1, which is, okay, negative 3. Okay, so I have 1 and negative 3. 1 and negative 3. Okay, now let's move on to, I think this will be the last question for today. Okay, this one. you will see an equation that has a fraction. So what's the difference of this one to the first problem a while ago? Okay. The first problem a while ago, I have this and this. Okay. Single fraction on the left side and single fraction on the right side. Okay. Single fraction. Left side, single. Right side, single. Okay. On the third question, this I encircle, okay, is not a single fraction. I have to make it single. Okay. And on the right side is just a number. Okay. So let's make this thing a single fraction. Okay. I'll give you a rule that make it more simpler. Okay. But I'll be discussing two methods over here. Okay. So the first method is I have A divided by B minus C divided by D is equal to I'll cross multiply A times D, B times C, then B times D. Okay. So make it a simpler one. So it will become 5. I'll be doing method 1. 5 times x plus 1 minus 3 times x minus 2 divided by 15 is equal to 2. Okay, you see, I have now 5x plus 5 minus 3x. You see, it is negative 3. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. So common mistake, okay, of the students, they will just write negative 3x minus 6. Okay, so take note of that. Okay, I'll highlight that here. I'll highlight this one. Please take note of that. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. That's why it becomes negative 3x plus 6. Okay, next is equal now to, I'll multiply that 15 to 2. 15 times 2 is 30. Okay, 5x minus 3x, if you combine, will become 2x. 5 plus 6, if you will combine, is 11. Is equal to 30. So 2x now is equivalent to 30 minus 11 will become 19. Okay, so x now is equivalent to 19 over 2. And 19 over 2 is 9.5. Okay, or 9 and 1/2. Okay, let's double check. 5 times x plus 1 minus 3 times x minus 2. Okay, correct. 5x plus 5 minus 3x minus plus 6. Correct. 11, 2x. Correct. Okay, now method 2. Method 2 is this. You see, I have x plus 1 over 3 minus x minus 2 over 5 equals to 2. I want to remove 3 and 5. What is the least common denominator of 3 and 5? It is 15. Okay. What will I do with 15? I will multiply 15 to the entire equation. Okay. I'll just basically multiply that 15 to the entire equation. 15 times x plus 1 over 3 means 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times x plus 1. Sorry. 5 times x plus 1. Okay. Then minus 15 times x minus 2, okay, over 5. 15 divided by 5, okay, which means 15 divided by 5 is 3. Then I'll multiply it with x minus 2 is equal to 15 times 2 is 30. Is this the same as this? Okay, so basically we'll come up with this same thing. Okay, it's up to you what method are you going to use. As long as you will come up with the answer 9 and 1/2, then you're doing it correctly. Okay, this will be the last question for today. I'll be doing another revision tomorrow at around, maybe at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, again in mathematics. Additional mathematics will be during weekends. Okay, thank you for coming. Okay, God bless to all of you. Okay, if you want to watch it again, just watch it again after I upload this video once again so that you have something to revise. Okay, I will try my best to do mathematics revision every day. Okay, so always be updated by clicking on that bell button. You click the bell button there so that you will be notified if our live is already in, because I don't have a definite time. Okay, I am a teacher and I don't know when I am free. Okay, maybe one day I cannot do some live stream. Okay, maybe one day, but I'll try my best to make it every day. Okay, most especially for my year 10 students. Okay, year 10 students, please join us every day. Every weekdays, I'll be doing mathematics. Every weekend, I'll be doing additional mathematics. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.